Hello everyone, how are you all? Today we are going to study about homeotic selector genes in Drosophila development, and this is one of the last video in the genes regarding Drosophila development. And I am Purnima. I welcome all of you to my class, Free Life Science class. Let's move into our class. So let's sum up what we have learned in the previous videos. First thing is that we have learned maternal effect genes. Then in the next we have learned about maternal genes, bicoid, nanos, caudal, hunchback, everything we have learned. After that, this maternal gene will activate the segmentation genes or the zygotic genes. So these segmentation genes or the zygotic genes are of three types, or classified into three: gap gene, pair rule genes, and segment polarity genes. So we have seen the gap genes, that is NURBS, Krupel, Jane, Taylor's, hunchback, everything which help in polarity of the embryo, that is they form a broad band in the embryo. Okay, next gene is the pair rule genes, and they will help in pattern formation, and there are genes like hairy, even skipped, run, fushitarasu, odd skip, paired, sloppy paired, and odd pair. Okay, we have completed that also. In the previous video, we have completed the segment polarity genes, which is one of the most important gene, and these all are coming in a sequential manner, that is maternal gene activate gap gene, then gap gene activate pair rule gene, then pair rule gene activate segment polarity genes, and we have seen the signaling pathway of Winkler's and Encrale expressing cell. Okay, next we are going to see the homeotic box gene, or otherwise known as homeotic selector genes, and these homeotic box genes or homeotic selector genes are activated by the help of gap genes and pair rule genes. Okay, let's move into the homeotic box. So what is homeo box gene or homeotic selector gene or homeo box genes? Okay, so what is that? We know that the pair rule gene and gap gene interact to regulate the homeotic selector genes, and we have seen that also. So by the end of the cellular blastoderm stage, each of the segment primordium has been given a unique constellation of gap and pair rule gene and homeotic gene products. Thereby they form a characteristic structure. So the homeobox gene help in forming the characteristic structures of each segment. Okay, and if you look the chromosome in Drosophila, the chromosome number 3 contain two regions which have homeotic genes. Okay, so the homeotic gene is present in two regions of the chromosome number 3 in Drosophila, and the first region is known as anterior pedia complex and the second region is known as bithorax complex. Please look on the picture. So here you can see a beautiful picture with a adult fly and the embryo stage and also the homeobox genes. Here you can see the antennapedia complex. Here you can see labile deformed, then sexcom released, antennapedia genes, ultrabithorax, abdominal A, abdominal B genes, etc. So these all are the homeobox gene, and we can look it in the next slide. So these are the homeotic selector genes. So what are the homeotic selector genes? Labile, antennapedia, sexcom reduced, deformed, proboscipedia, ultrabithorax, abdominal A and abdominal B genes. Okay, so to initiate the role, the homeotic selector gene should interact with Hox genes and homeotic genes, other homeotic genes through a homeodomain. So we can say like this, these homeotic selector genes encode certain homeodomain proteins. They will interact to Hox genes as well as other homeotic genes and bring, or they will initiate the segment specific gene regulation. Okay, so here I used two words, that is homeodomain as well as Hox gene. So what are homeodomains? Homeodomains are certain transcription factors that shares the DNA binding domain called the homeodomain. Okay, and what are Hox genes? Hox genes are a subset of homeotic genes and are a group of related genes that control the body plan of the embryo along the head to tail axis. Okay, and the Hox protein thus confer the segmental identity but do not form the actual segment themselves. They cannot form actual segment themselves, but by interacting with the homeotic selector gene, they can specify the identity of each segment. Okay, so each of the gene have a specific role in the development, and these labile and deformed work together to form head segments. Then antennapedia, sexcom reduce will help in the forming the thoracic segments. Like that, each of the genes have specific function, and we can look on it in the next slide. Okay. So what is antennapedia complex? Antennapedia complex, we have seen that our gene, homeotic gene, are seen in two regions of the chromosome number 3. Here the first region is the antennapedia complex, where you can see labile, antennapedia, sexcom reduced, deformed and proboscipedia. Okay, so what are the function of these genes? The labile and the deformed genes specify the head segment. Okay, and the sexcom reduced and the antennapedia contribute to giving the thoracic segment their identities. And the proboscipedia actually they were only active, or they will appear only in the adults. But in its absence, the labile parts of the mouth are transformed into legs. Okay, so proboscipedia is needed, but they will only appear in the adult stage. Okay, let's move into the next slide. Next, about bithorax complex. Bithorax complex have three coding regions or three proteins that like ultrabithorax, abdominal A, abdominal B. Okay, so here you can see these three genes, and in this picture you can clearly see that this is the antennapedia region and this is the bithorax region. Okay, so the ultrabithorax is required for the identity of third thoracic segment. Okay, so this ultrabithorax will give or assign the identity for third thoracic segment, and this abdominal A and abdominal B are responsible for the identity of abdominal segment. Okay, and if you combine these two regions, we can call this complex. There are two regions, that is antennapedia complex and bithorax complex. If you combine these two regions together, then you can call this complex as homeotic complex, or otherwise HOMC. Okay, so these two regions together called as homeotic complex or HOMC. So the homeotic selector genes are responsible for the specification of fly body parts. Mutations in them lead to bizarre phenotype. Bizarre phenotype means they are abnormal in nature. They are not normal adult fly. It will be abnormal. So in a normal adult fly, a first thoracic segment does not produce any other appendages. Okay. The second thoracic segment produces a pair of wings in addition to its legs. And third thoracic segment produces a pair of wings and a pair of balancers known as halters. In homeotic mutants, when the ultrabithorax region is deleted, then the third thoracic segment, that is characterized by halters, is transformed into another second thoracic segment. That is, the fly will result in 4 wings. Okay, you can see in this picture, the fly will result in 4 wings. This is an abnormal phenotype. So, to such phenotype that is abnormal in nature, we can call them as bizarre phenotype. Please carefully look into the picture. You can see this region. You can see this region. Here it have 2. Okay. So in this case, this region completely will develop into wings, And here again another region it is appeared here, that is again a second thoracic segment is appeared and a wing, additional wing is appeared, that is a fly with 4 wings, that is 2 thoracic segment is appeared. Such a phenotype is known as Beissarry phenotype. Okay, or we can call like this Beissarry phenotype. Okay, this is about Beissarry phenotype, and we can move into the. So let's discuss about Anginapedia mutant case. So we know that before going into that, I will explain 2 points. This Anginapedia complex, it is mainly seen in the second thoracic segment, that is in this segment, that is a mesothoracic segment. Okay, and the function of Anginapedia complex is that they will help in forming the segments in the second thoracic segment, that is legs, a set of legs and a set of wings. Okay, then the other function is that they will repress the other genes which trigger the formation of antenna and eye development. So this Anginapedia protein binds to and represses the enhancers of at least 2 genes, that is homothorax and eyeless, which encode the transcription factors that are critical for antenna and eye formation respectively. So one of the Antenapedia's function is to suppress the genes that would trigger the antenna and eye development. So we have discussed this point. So remember that Antenapedia is seen in the second thoracic segment and it has a main function that it will suppress the other gene which trigger the formation of antenna and eye development, and its main function is to produce a set of legs and a set of wings. Okay, so in the case of mutant type, if Antenapedia mutant is the case, then you can see that the antenna and eye will develop from this second thoracic segment. Okay, so you can see development or a sprouting of antenna from the second thoracic segment, or eye, you can see eye development in the second thoracic segment. This is the cause of if Antenapedia is mutated or Antenapedia is recessive in nature. Okay, so this gene, Antenapedia gene, will fails to express in this T2 segment. Okay, let's discuss some more points in Antenapedia about Antenapedia gene. Okay, so here you can see some of the genes, that is gap gene, pair rule genes. I will explain all of them. So here you can see gap genes and pair rule genes. So in the first slide itself, we have said that gap gene and pair rule gene interact to activate the homeobox gene. So it is true. And here I have taken, for example, 2 genes, that is abdominal A and abdominal B genes. So you know that this abdominal A and abdominal B will help in forming the abdominal segments. Okay, so these will help in forming the abdominal segments. And the gene, that is a gap gene, that is a hunchback, which will inhibit this gene. Likewise, Krupel, which is a pair rule gene, also inhibit this abdominal A and abdominal B expression in the head segments. Okay, or head region. So there are higher concentration. You can see this picture here. This is head. In the head region, hunchback as well as Krupel will be in higher concentration, so that this abdominal segment cannot express in this region. Okay. Likewise, if you take for Antenapedia complex, we have already discussed that Antenapedia complex is seen in the second thoracic segment, isn't it? Yes. So this Antenapedia complex is mainly activated by the expression of maternally transcribed hunchback as well as the embryonically transcribed hunchback. This hunchback will activate or regulate antennapedia expression. Okay, so that the antenna or eye will not form in the second thoracic segment. Okay, but this antennapedia is mainly seen in the second thoracic segment. After that, it will appear in the parasegment 5. So please note this T2 segment or mesothoracic segment is the parasegment 4. This is the parasegment 4. Okay, so after the formation of parasegment 4, this antennapedia will appear in the parasegment 5. So this antennapedia from here, it will move through the neural tube. Okay, after that it will appears in the parasegment 5 as the germ layer or germ bands expand. What happens? This antennapedia expansion is seen in the presumptive neural tube and can extend up to parasegment 12. So what happens if it appears in the parasegment 12? You can see a set of legs and a set of wings instead of abdomen. So it is not possible. So there should be another regulatory factors that will help in repressing the antennapedia expression in that region. So our bithorax complex will inhibit the antennapedia expression in the other segment. Okay. So this antennapedia is repressed by the or negatively regulated by the all genes, that is ultrabithorax, abdominal A and abdominal B, so that the antennapedia cannot express in this region. Okay. Hence the antennapedia is strongly localized to parasegment 4 and parasegment 5. So you can only see the expression of antennapedia gene in parasegment 4 and parasegment 5. So bithorax complex will repress the antennapedia gene. Okay. In case if ultrabithorax is deleted, what happens? The antennapedia again expand in the region of ultrabithorax. Okay. So if ultrabithorax is deleted, then this antennapedia activity extend in the ultrabithorax region where the expression of ultrabithorax is found. And what will be the result? There will be the formation of second thoracic segment. Okay. But it will not extend to the abdominal segment because there is abdominal A and abdominal B which will inhibit the expansion of antennapedia gene. Okay. If complete bithorax complex is deleted, what happens? If complete bithorax region is deleted, then the antennapedia expression will be seen throughout the bithorax region. Okay, so this antennapedia expression will be forwarded to the up to the posterior or up to parasegment 12. But such larva will not survive. Okay, such larva will not survive. This will be the result, that is antennapedia will be seen up to the parasegment 12, but such larva cannot survive. So we have studied about antennapedia mutant, ultrabithorax mutant, bithorax complex mutant, then about different types of mutation conditions of antennapedia. Okay. Then about Bisare phenotype, etc. we have studied. So the realisator genes. What are realisator genes? So we know that homeotic genes cannot work alone. Then they want to interact with other genes also. So in the previous slides we have said that the homeotic gene have or they encode certain homeodomains, and these homeodomains will interact with certain other genes like Hox genes or other homeotic genes and help in forming the identity of segments or the regulation of the segment identity genes. So we know that this homeotic gene will interact with other genes. So the same thing is that here our homeotic genes work by activating or repressing a group of realizator genes. Okay, so this realizator genes targets homeotic gene products and which function to form specified tissues. Or by definition, we can say that the realizator genes are those genes that are the target of homeotic gene proteins and that function to form the specified tissue or organ primordia. So in this picture, you can also understand that here is an example of homeotic selector gene, that is abdominal B. And this is the regulator. There are 4 different types of regulator which help in regulating the homeotic selector genes. Along with the homeotic selector gene, here are some realizator genes which helps in forming the identity of specified tissue, or they will help in forming the specified tissue. Okay, so here some process of helping or the process that done by these cells are, they will help in cell polarity, then organization of the cytoskeleton, cell adhesion. So for forming a segment, there should be the process like this. There should be cell polarity should be noted. Organization of cytoskeleton should be there. Cell adhesion is needed. So everything will be by the help of realizator genes. So this is all about homeotic selector gene. I hope you all have understand all the topics. So if you didn't watch my previous lecture videos, please do watch that also, and also click on the subscribe button if you are new to my channel, and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notification when I upload new videos. Okay, bye bye.